sun is dying. Human civilization, now spread throughout the solar system, is on the brink of catastrophe. Social unrest and astronomical disasters reign. The architects, great leaders with vast resources, offer hope as the worlds descend into chaos. But their motives are not only for the good of all.
Really like the idea of a deck building game because you're actually working on a deck while you're playing the game, which is really cool. But there were some factors about deck building games that I thought could be improved upon. My game is more of a movement-based deck building game, so you have a lot more options on your turn. You're not just buying a card, putting it in your deck. There's actually a lot of other options for you. There's these different locations, and you can move around to these different locations, and you can do different things at the locations. You have to overcome events. You can put embassies at locations, and all of these things sort of help you later in the game. So you're kind of building a bit of an infrastructure as the game progresses. As you're moving around, your deck is also getting better because you're putting better cards into your deck the whole time. The sun is dying due to man-made circumstances. What's left of civilization is struggling and kind of scrambling to put things back together and sort of make life, but at the same time trying to develop technology to sort of insulate themselves against the terrible events on the horizon. It goes beyond just like spaceships flying through space. There's characters in the game, and you kind of get hints as to what these characters are doing. There's different factions in the game, and so the different factions sort of interact with each other differently. There's different characters within the factions so that they all sort of look different. Some of the factions are not human. Some of them are sort of post-human or transhuman. They have cybernetic parts. Some of them are completely AI intelligence. The old world is essentially Earth, but Earth has progressed so far and civilization has moved completely throughout the entire solar system. So there's colonies on the moon, there's colonies on Mars, there's colonies all over the place. So now everybody just kind of refers to Earth as the old world, and the cities there are just enormous. The old world is sort of a central hub to a lot of the action in the game. There are ship tokens that allow you to kind of move around to different locations. So you have ships that you're actually physically moving from location to location. You also have cryo counters, which you use on your architects. As you're moving around to different locations, your architect has to go into cryo sleep. So you put a number of cryo counters on him while he's in cryo sleep, and then you remove one of those counters each turn. There's also embassy tokens, which you drop at each planet. As you go to that planet, if you have extra resources and you want to put an embassy there, and the embassies will help you collaborate with other players and help you use different card abilities. We are going through trying to collect the most influence. Player versus player, whoever gets the most influence wins. But at the same time, you have to work with each other a little bit, because there's all these events coming out and they're just mashing places up. They're just destroying things. They're making it harder for you to do what you want to do on your turn. And you can sometimes take those events out by yourself, but sometimes you need help. So you have to sort of work with each other in order to overcome some of these events.
Each architect vies for influence in the crumbling remains of the interplanetary society, struggling to find new ways to adapt and survive, while contending for sole leadership. Only one will lead humanity when the sun sets. Only the strongest will survive the Helionox.